Hey everybody, good morning. Okay, I just finished my lunch. I had some Pringles and I had a Lunchable. Y'all, I never eat the candy, especially the Butterfingers. Ugh. Okay, but listen. So I was this morning when I woke up, so y'all know we've been having all kind of visitors on the deck, honey. All kinds, honey. And one of the things, see, y'all got me dropping stuff. Hold on. Okay, so I'm all done. Okay, so we've been getting all kind of visitors on the deck. We've had a snake come up here twice in the last, I think maybe a month and a half, 2 months. And I think it's a different snake because one of them was smaller than the other one. But yes, okay, so then boom. Okay, so let me just give you the breakdown. So the snake came up here because underneath the deck, we've been having, I think, some ravens or something like that. Some type of orange and blackbird that built the nest down underneath the deck, right? And it's fairly close. It's like this is the deck. It's like right here, right under the deck on the edge, right? So the snake came up here to get to the eggs. That's a part of how the system works. I'm just telling y'all what I know, okay? So the snake comes up here to get down to the eggs. The eggs did not hatch, and the snake ended up falling off the deck, okay? Boom. He fell. Okay, gone. Toodaloo. Okay, so then this morning when I went downstairs to go open up the door, to go open up the curtains in our basement, because y'all know I love to go through the house and open up the curtains and the blinds and all of that and do my thing throughout the house of prayer and, supplication and rededicating our home to Christ every single day. Like, that's just my thing. Okay. All right. So I went to go open up the curtains and I seen the mom land underneath the deck and she had worms in her mouth. And clearly, if she got worms in her mouth, then that means the baby's is dead. The baby started doing all of that, right? So they started doing all of that. She started feeding them and then boom. All right. So I'm like, Book. And he like, what? I said, the baby's hatched. So the snake can't eat the babies. The snake I think they do, but that particular snake was just trying to get to the eggs. Okay, so boom, the eggs hatched. Okay, so this morning I'm minding my business. I'm preparing because I'm going to make tuna sandwiches for lunch. I seen this recipe. I'm going to show it to y'all. And I'm going to tell y'all who I seen it by because I'm inspired, okay? So then boom, I'm sitting here doing the prep for the tuna sandwiches, cutting up everything, boom, 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 chopping up everything. Bow, 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 bow. I feel like Kevin Hart, you got to make noises with it, okay? If you don't like my noises, then you can scroll, okay? All right, so boom, 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 bow. All right, so I'm sitting here chopping up the stuff to go inside the tuna, and I see a squirrel, and I was like, boo, that daggone squirrel is up here. Now, y'all know I've been telling y'all about the squirrel. So clearly the thing that we brought that sets off alarm noises of a frequency for them, it has not been working anymore. Okay, what have you. So I tell my husband, I said, that daggone squirrel is up here, right? So I was like, I want to know who we looking at. Is this a mom? Is this a dad? Is this a boy? Is this a girl? Clearly it was a boy. You know the rest, okay? So then I was like, oh, it's a boy. The whole time I thought it was a girl, which means I thought that she was coming up here because she was trying to create a place for her to nest. But it's a boy. So, sir, what are you doing up here? And then I said, oh, it was two of them. Two squirrels up here. Probably husband and wife. Listen, I know we got a marriage ministry and everything, but y'all don't even want to receive from us. So what are you up here for? Okay. And then we seen another one. So it was three squirrels up here at the same time, right? Okay, boom. Next thing I know, I see one of the squirrels taking off, like terrified. And so I'm looking out there again and I'm like, what's going on? The bird is scaring off the squirrels. And the squirrels is taking off because the bird is like flopping, like, back up away from my kids. You know what I'm saying? And I get it because we should be protecting our babies. Okay. Lady K, where are you going with this? Where I'm going with this is I told my husband, I said, I see all of these little videos here and there, people saying, don't kill the snake. Don't kill the snake. They're part of our ecosystem. They're part of our ecosystem. Don't kill the snake. And I'm like, dude, if it's somewhere where you don't want it to be, I mean, why not? But now I'm starting to see everything has a purpose. And I told my husband this morning, I said, we get things that we don't like because of other things. I said, yeah, we was mad that the snake came up here, but the snake was coming up here to eat. But then because he could not eat and he fell off the deck, them babies survived. And if them babies didn't survive, then the mama wouldn't be protecting them. And if the mama wasn't protecting them, she wouldn't be getting the squirrels off the deck. Lady K, what you saying? I know you've been going through some stuff lately. I know it's been hard for you lately. I know you've been having some snake issues showing up in places it should not be. I know you've been dealing with this thing because it has came to what the enemy comes to do, kill, steal, and destroy. The enemy has been showing up in places that he should not be. Why? Because he is coming to kill, steal, and destroy. That snake came up here to kill, steal, and destroy the eggs. It did not make it to the eggs. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. It did not get to the eggs, but the survival of what you are experiencing today, the survival of your chances of surviving and being able to get past that, is the chances are extremely high. The chances are extremely high. For we wrestle not against what? Flesh and blood. So the Lord is saying right now that yes, the snake has to come. Yes, you don't like it, but it's coming to do whatever it needs to do. But don't worry, because I'm not going to allow that thing that's formed against you to prosper. So I'm going to allow it to fall. But then even in the fall of something that came to harm you or to harm something around you, there's going to be some birthing. And outside of the birth, you're going to have to feed this birth, and you're going to have to care for this birth. You're going to have to take care of y'all, the hummingbird keep coming. You're going to have to take care of every single thing that is a part of what I'm about to birth through you. You got to care for it. You got to take care of it. You got to make sure that you feed it. You got to make sure that you sit on it. You got to cover it. You got to protect it. Right? And in that protection, there is going to be other situations and things and people, family, friends, co-workers, all kind of things that's going to come up, and it did not come, or it may not come to destroy the very thing that you've been taking care of, sitting on, feeding, protecting. It may not even come for that. But because it's in the circumference of it, God's going to give you the ability to protect it. God's going to give you the ability to protect the very thing that he's called you to protect. Why? Because there's things that surround the circumference of the area in which you are the protector of. God have assigned you to an atmosphere. And because you are assigned to an atmosphere, there are going to be things that you got to protect. And if it's in the circumference of that very thing that you've been feeding, that you've been protecting, that you've been making sure that you take care of so that it can grow into something amazing, if it comes in the atmosphere, you got to do what you got to do. A lot of times we're still trying to figure out, why do I got to fight certain battles? Like, Lord, I don't understand why I got to fight this. I don't understand why I got to deal with this. And the Lord is saying, because it's in the circumference area of where your babies is, of where your seeds are, of where the very thing that I've called you to protect, cover, feed, and take care of, it's in the area somewhere. So the next time you get a battle, you better make sure that you know that clearly something is in the atmosphere. But God said, you can't lose this battle. And because you can't lose this battle, I'm on this side of the screen and I'm telling you what the Lord has showed me this morning, but I'm also translating to you the result of what God needs you to hear. This prophet understands that there's a part to every ecosystem. Make sure you remember that. Have a great day.